question that ignites the initial fire. Imagine looking into her eyes with a subtle smile and casually dropping this question, but loaded with intention. What's the most intriguing secret you've ever kept? One that still makes your heart race when you think about it? This opener acts like a spark, inviting her to share something personal without pressure, creating an immediate aura of mystery and trust. Deliver it in a relaxed setting, like during a coffee chat, with a tone that's curious yet confident, avoiding any rush for her response. It taps into the universal appeal of secrets, making her feel seen and special, as if you're the only one worthy of hearing it. Pause after asking, letting the question hang in the air, building subtle tension that draws her in deeper. Why does this work so effectively? From a psychological standpoint, revealing secrets fosters vulnerability, which is a cornerstone of attraction according to studies in interpersonal dynamics. It releases endorphins that bond people quickly. Women often test for emotional safety early on, and this question signals you're attuned to deeper layers, not just surface talk. Research from evolutionary psychology suggests that sharing hidden aspects mimics ancient bonding rituals, heightening intrigue and making you memorable. Practice varying your delivery. A slight lean in or a knowing grin can amplify its impact, turning a simple query into a magnetic pull. Over time, you'll notice how it shifts the conversation from polite chit-chat to something electric, leaving her eager for more. To master this, time it right, after some light banter, when the vibe is comfortable, and follow up by sharing a mild secret of your own to encourage reciprocity. Like, I once hid a surprise adventure from my friends. Observe her body language. Dilated pupils or a quickened breath indicate rising interest, signaling you've hooked her curiosity. Rooted in principles of social proof and mirroring, this builds rapport subtly, making her associate you with excitement and confidentiality. Refine it by reflecting on past uses, what worked, what didn't, adjusting for her personality. Bolder for extroverts, gentler for introverts. This isn't manipulation. It's about authentic connection, transforming ordinary encounters into sparks of potential romance. But remember, the real magic unfolds when you layer this with the next question, escalating the intimacy without her even realizing it. What comes after will turn that initial spark into a blazing fire, revealing layers of attraction you never knew existed. Stay tuned, because the second one builds on this perfectly, too. The question that fuels the flames of adrenaline, building on the vulnerability from the first. Slide into this adrenaline-pumping question. If you could do something wild and forbidden right now, without any consequences, what would it be and why does it excite you so much? This probes her adventurous side, blending fantasy with reality, encouraging her to reveal desires she might not voice otherwise. Pose it after she's opened up about a secret, in a moment of shared laughter, with an enthusiastic yet playful tone that matches her energy. It creates a safe space for her to explore taboos, making the conversation feel alive and charged with possibility. Let her elaborate, nodding along, as this question often leads to stories that expose her passions and boundaries. The science behind it is fascinating. Adrenaline mimics attraction chemically, as per studies on excitation transfer theory, where excitement from one source spills over to interpersonal feelings, boosting perceived chemistry. Women are drawn to men who evoke thrill without risk, and this question positions you as that catalyst, fostering a sense of shared rebellion. Insights from positive psychology show that discussing forbidden acts releases dopamine, similar to actual adventures, strengthening emotional ties. Tailor your response to hers. If she mentions travel, suggest a hypothetical twist, keeping the momentum going. It's a bridge from personal secrets to collective fantasies, making her see you as a partner in crime, not just a listener. For optimal execution, integrate sensory details. Describe a scenario lightly to vividify her answer. Like imagine the rush of sneaking away at midnight. Watch for cues like animated gestures or flushed cheeks, which confirm the questions hit home, deepening the connection. Drawing from cognitive behavioral techniques, this encourages self-disclosure, which research links to faster relationship building. Experiment in low-stakes settings first, noting how it shifts dynamics from friendly to flirtatious. Ultimately, it transforms you into the man who unlocks her hidden excitement, creating memories that linger long after. Yet this is just the build-up. The technique I saved for last will tie everything together in a masterstroke. Something so potent it could redefine your interactions forever. Don't miss it. 3. The question that ties everything together in an irresistible climax. Now, we arrive at the final blow. The question that ties the previous ones together and transforms the conversation into an unforgettable experience. If we could create a secret just for us, something no one else knew about, what would you want it to be? This phrase invites her to co-create a private world with you, blending imagination with complicity, as if you were conspiring together. Say this after the previous questions have warmed up the ground, perhaps at the end of a night, with a conspiratorial tone and a gaze that promises adventure. It's the perfect closure because it builds on the vulnerability already established, making her visualize intimate possibilities that involve the two of you. Keep your voice low and paused, allowing the silence after the question to amplify the tension like a silent invitation to something deeper. Why is this the apex? In behavioral psychology, this question explores the concept of shared secrets, which strengthens bonds through the release of dopamine and oxytocin, creating a sense of exclusivity and excitement. Studies on attraction show that women respond strongly to men who make them feel part of something unique, activating brain circuits similar to those in initial romance. It's not about cheap tricks, but about understanding how the human brain craves authentic connections. By proposing a mutual secret, you position her as a co-author of the narrative, which boosts attraction exponentially. Neuroscience research indicates that such interactions can elevate arousal levels by up to 50% as they mix the forbidden with the personal, leaving her with a lingering tingle even after the conversation. Imagine her eyes lighting up, her body leaning in closer. It's the sign that you've captured her completely. To apply this with mastery, integrate it naturally after the responses to questions 1 and 2, using what she shared to personalize it. If she mentioned a secret or some adrenaline, link to that, saying something like, based on what you said, our secret could involve. Observe the subtle body signals, a light sigh, fidgeting hands, or a smile trying to hide a blush. These are indicators that the attraction is solidifying. Practice active listening, responding with a suggestion of your own that complements hers, keeping the balance so it doesn't seem one-sided. Drawing from stoicism, maintain your composure, letting the anticipation grow organically. Avoid pressing for immediate details, allowing the idea to germinate in her mind. Over time, you'll notice how she returns to this secret in future conversations, creating a dynamic of emotional dependence that makes her obsessed with more moments like this. Maximum caution here, because this question is the most potent and, if poorly calibrated, can cross comfort lines. Use it only when there are clear signs of reciprocity, like casual touches or prolonged laughter. Inspired by the psychology of persuasion, this plants long-term seeds, making her associate you with intense emotions without apparent effort. Adjust based on previous responses. If she's more reserved, soften it to a light secret. If bold, amplify the mystery. Become an expert by reflecting on past interactions, refining the timing so each use is more impactful. This way, you not only conquer in the moment, but buy